Okay, sheesh. So there was a question about Elon or Elan. I don't know which one it is. Uh, so we'll take a look at. Well, let me open one. No, this one's fine. So when you're working in it, Ishan, that's my dialect. When you're working in this program, there's a couple different things. One, if you go in and clean up the audio, you got to relink the audio to be able to see it comfortably. There are some things you usually have to do, and some of them are right. I might have to just share my whole screen. Hold on. Can you see it if I right click on there and there? Can you see that pop up? Okay. Can you folks see if I do this? Can you see that pop up menu? Okay, good. So right clicking on here is how you're going to do the both the font size and the zoom. So the font size is how tall the letters are, and then the zoom is how wide the things are. So that there's, you know, if you change your font size to be too big, then it gets hard to read some of these other things. But then if you right click here and you change the zoom, now you could change the zoom to maybe 300%, and that works a little better, but then it's going to be hard to find the beginning and end of these phrases. So you just kind of find a good middle ground. So maybe font size around like 24 and a zoom of around 150 maybe. That's kind of about where I like to be with those things. So that's one of the things. And you can use this to control the zoom, but I think it's really, I prefer to do this because it's just a little easier to see those changes. When you drag this, it sometimes slows your computer down. And also you can use a pinch sort of a gesture, but that gets really crazy and it zooms out and in way too fast. So if you go to your tier and you go to change tier attributes, so this is where you can rename it if you need to, or you can click on more options and then you have tier font. And that's where you could change the font. So here you'd select browse, go find like Brill is a really nice font.
We're not seeing that window.
Okay, so it's we're not able to go into layers. Okay, thank you. Sheesh.
But maybe you could show that particular window. Yeah.
Okay. So now we did more options, and then we did, you could change the color if you want, you know, but the big one here is this tier font. So if you hit browse, you can go through your fonts. Brill is free to use, but you kind of got to get permission and usually pay them if you want to publish in it. So now you could change the font. What gets a little, I get into this territory where I just start clicking things, right? So if I just tried to change this to this Charisse or whatever, Charisse, S-I-L, and I hit apply, and I hit apply, now it's gonna give me this other pop-up window. I'm not exactly sure what this one does. I usually just, what's that?
Just apply.
Yeah, and then just apply, right? And so now, and if I hit change, it should change the font, although it seems to be thinking really hard.
When you go there, it will.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. So this one got a little bigger. This one stayed the same. I do think going back, change tier attributes, more options, tier font, browse, and I'll pick something that looks really different so we could see that change happen. So if I hit this one, and I'll go medium, and I hit apply, then I hit apply. I'm going to check all three of these boxes because now I think it'll change every tier that's linked. And so now I could, because otherwise you got to go in and change the other tiers. So I think that's how you do it here. Change, close, and now you see like they've changed again. And so we got to go find something with the, I'll just add, that's not what it says. But. So now we look at that underline G. It doesn't look very good to me. I'm gonna go change it again. I'll change it back to Brill and see how it looks.
Times New Romanach toasigu.
Oh, okay. Equati.
Almost it, yeah. And the bottom one, yeah.
Because then you got to pick like one of the, it's going to kind of default a lot of times to a bold font. So you got to keep an eye on that too. So I'll hit apply again. I'm going to hit check all these 3 boxes here. Change, close. Now you can see it, it's there.
Good. Ken.
Okay. Ilan atich yiguchsati. There's a future verb right there. Okay, what do we say we're going to talk about? Tlingit chenach. Ilan ke? Dasa kukich.
ʼawtudli.át.
Oh, ʼawtudli.át. ʼawtudli.át again? Just ʼawtudli.át? Chakutet too again?
Ta Netflix tuasigu.
Oh yeah. Dasa yitlitin with Koyota High again? How? Okay. Adusa we shukwa ayikwa Tlingit chenach yuchatlaatki. Jasa de tuasakuguk. Wooch wututzaku. Ashke.
Monday homework. Kajigit plak sipat at chaguts akeli in ka achunki. Oh, sorry. Ach awa plot ʼawtudli.át tlitini yegach tu shach ina kat kaduskuk ina yegach tu Wurtiki ice cleats ye tu ke kugachsa ati ake du kinak adi ye akwa Tlach du tu wa usko. Hoots So this is the word here that Kakatlot, so it was something kind of like this that was in the verb resource, but it didn't have this X. I think it didn't have this X, and I don't think it had the K. Anyway, so she told me this is how I should say it, you know, when it's cold. My dog will wear her coat. Anyway, because I had changed it to ʼawtudli.át. I thought maybe that would work.
Yeah,
in the cold or something like that.
It sure seems like the verb is going to come, it'll be the first thing. So this is what it seems like to me. And then you're going to put a relational suffix on it. For the perfective, it'd be like, atichwakuti, when I went there. and then you can just say something else. Then what you can also do is in the future, do the same thing. At kakwachai awa achtuasaku kachwe kachwe kukwa. Oh, what am I looking for? Kukwashuk. It's a when I eat later, I'm gonna want some coffee too. Right. So it seems pretty straightforward to me. So a future or a perfective, add that relational suffix, and then it's becoming a when type of a clause, which is pretty interesting, right? That's easier than we're probably trying to make it, which is good. So if we're finding these sort of patterns, another pattern that you folks might like, since we learned the future, if you say kesh unashle, and then a verb in the future, you've got, it won't be long until whatever. Kesh unashle adigach ʼawtudli.át. It's not going to be long before we go there, right? Yake, goodness cheese. Kunach yake. Geawa watu naat hadushi. Hadushi naati awe tacho nachteshtu toa oshko. Kechosaku dushu katangi koa. Gwashyata ye nakich. Kakki ak. Aka ikwajak. Ye awe hadushi. Teshtu toa oshko. Chakut naati ye awu. Keshtasa. Just to chawu. Ya usk we ballerina naati hajiwu hayatki haswasagu akshatakawa ak doing kachunika itli kakwa ako e wachaki dewe testasa to toa ashko akai uti one kanins tutla an hatushi one kanins koa shkahati awahu Elwasa, Achtuasagu and Kanins, just to in Kuchlagao, to Hako Ayakanach Kats, to Yanach Hetlitzin Koa, at your way, Kachwaak to in Kuchlagao. Yakera ausa Kukoa, Yahayetki, Ka Achshat, Keshas to in Kuchlagao, ausa Ku, got Kaihuch, a Kawa Akoe. Gande kakwachich. My chak at chai aya eguchsati. Elwasa oti. Yake awe hatushi. Wujin aya hatusha on. Dasatsu. Tlingit chenach. Wujin yuchagach tutla on.
Slash Netflix kachu kanas art adat kachshachit yat yuwakshayik yisatinge ja, het ga yes de yes dag adat toch de tan ach away yat toasku in kachanige this thing's in the way. Okay. Wait. Okay. Taïk. Das is taïk kaech. Eight. Kunt. Anahu. In. Has khasakuyat. Chawasa has kaech. Yusakuge tai Tlingit away Kanasnu ka Anshkalsu cook Yewuti Ach at Haak Kaduhechen Anshkalsu aya Ich kachwe de yudusagun yatai kahech ok has jiwane tai kahech aya just like tai kahechi we tai kahechu has an itch his klassiku was to do a sub weed a weed usiu kakakan kakanich awe kahas or kakanas ain Claye stay kunahani kahas a kuhaich kuntaya Yayak ichu to satin a wetai bake a plain ete. Gwell to oak kagach to ha. Hoot.
wooch echa. Ya ohan chanelli da yeti tai. Ya tak iti kautua ak. Kautua ha awe kuns. Ya llykadidach aya hajiwa atsu. Ya chagudach Tlingit ayi we kuns. Ka dekina tsu kutzati. Ya gwell jin kat ka kejin tak shuwachichen awe. Qunne ach I awllatu dekina yuqatangi. Julie Coburn awe yudusakan ach ku atlatu. Ho awe jitziak awe hadakhu good. Gwell gushuk jin kat ka gushuk awe dukatagu yewutien. Chanakawanig gwell jin kat ka Cleidushu awe dukatagu chewutien. Huh kadu in auch. Qaisa an yudusagu at we an. Kasan yudusagu at aya yidat idleqa. Qaisa an ko a Tlingit sai a ko a de kina ani awe. We an de yagu a yikdawe has a wacha. Ich ki de tachun nach ich ki. Kunya gi anach sakshawe. Ich ki de has wukuch. Qaisa an adach. Gwell Bellingham. Hechwasakukuch sa ye has wutin. Ich ki ani ko a. Chakut nach sati. Wush de sechen. Aka awe kuch has with the kuch. We kunstin. A joy ye that hide a potato. You has to a sock, aya. Oita. Chakut that ko a. Gwell. Just clay nach just chayeku ginki Okay, has to GA wutin. Ya Maria Potato, you do a saga at Maria Miller, you do sagan away. We clay nach shawat. De shuk wutin. Kash kakwitsu. Ya hosaku do da chankiyan. Ho away do GA wutin. We Tlingit ayi. Ya Churchas qoqas teachin aya ya qwedleid qa. Haji ye wutien we kuns. Kalwe de kina ayi we Tlingit ayi ko ayuk e wutien. Kautua ak awe a kawahayan. Gwash ya yidat yanuwane hakuns. Achaya kagach tu ha. Kagach ʼawtudli.át tlingit wasadu saguat tlingit zucchini ewe zucchini wait that's just oregano kachadasa ʼawtudli.át it's in we shuch uchkeye has ausene tla'awtudli.át with two satin just ne aya k in the ini hasawacha hasawa jak katats inni yeah one kanins to ik has to eat wanach saya just janakawe ha'ai echasaka
Wooch, ʼate, or ʼate. Kunt yachyti, ʼawtudli.át, yanach Tlingit, sweet potato yach, joy, Tlingit anidach.
yeah well you can yeah wooch Ganil cheese. Atesatsu.
Washat. Oh. Kustin Gandasaji, Japan Dachawen, Gwal Dech Ka Tlek Kak Hastliat, Shayadihin Gandasaji Has Awain, Tleka Kanok, the murder hornet, giant murder hornet, or Shayadihin Gandasaji Has Awain. Hastu Shayit Yak you Ayathic. They decapitate them, the bees. Achue Aga Hastu da it Hastu Yatki Ke Hasyati. Achue Tlech Hatua Ushku Kahatua Segu Hagach tu in. Tlech Witusaku Guksa Hastu Gandasaji Kudik. Achue Katusa Ke we Kustin Gandasaji. Gatushatni we tracking device ade kagaktul was Guelph crazy glue teen, Guelph dental floss teen. Let me see. Yeah. We dental floss team tracking device kagaktul floss. Aga hastu it nach tu at hastu kudide tle haskak tu in. Kua cha Yesu has gaya kundushin. Let me see here. So I was trying to tell about these murder bees that from Japan that kill honeybees. They go in and wipe out a whole nest in a couple of hours. They cut their heads off and feed their bodies to their children. They take their bodies. So anyways, they're trying to, this is Washington State, they're trying to make sure they don't get established. So they try to catch them and put these, attach these tracking devices to them. They tried with glue, that one was with dental floss, and then they try to follow them back, track them back to their nest, but so far they haven't found them.
Sheesh. Echa. Johan we bugs ka sneaky kay jiwo.
Ashkasnik yeduslitsin yeet adat skuyesh adat. Cookit skuyesh in Tledehin away skuyesh yadakwats satiyan gwash dech katagu. Tlech yadi dachwatua in skuyesh kua jatlach du tlech yadi awacha du tu sigu ʼaitsk agawe skuyesh jagut tlech yadi awakawat hope ya kustin kluk chosatin du tlech yadi kat we kluk klen kayani kam disak plate ka kenach inchworm big one skuyesh we kluk klent kadain amdli kayan tsu skuyesh ishlichtse ye yachwaka kushtu yach Chayuk we tlech yadi ka we kluk klen tsu skuyesh has awacha. Dewe.
Echa. Gwell protein a kayeti. Yeah, which yach yeti we atcha. Gwell we glet kak inach balanced diet you do a saga at. Yeah, yake. Gun cheese haime kai kiani adat. Yeah, we gwell dech talk shua chichen aya. We Cell hey de has shuatan we chahat. Ya Tlingit atangi kuti ya an kach ya koa we adatki adl tiniye ya dach hayetki ag hasputin shuat kakaja. One kanins we what takyagi ya gande hasuna atjin. Aka away we atchach isani etch gande hasuna atch. Aka away we talk ite kunach we adatki hasituasa good atki kachaya has ashkuryatin. Yashtakat at teen ya has to kusukatki. Ya has to jiutsu we kutleta ka we tai kahechi jishaguni. Anaya ash has kautliyat. Aka away one kanins has a what we katki tuk. Ya has tlageg. Aka one kanins has a kautlichet ya. Ya achit ki ko atleg. Showet ke kunach atleg. Du toas a good attack away du gal tu die away has aus nugun. Aka kone aya du na ati aya kakwa uz. We gal tu aya akaka kwa shishu kwa we kakka. Wan kanins khwate. Ha pleshach to ashka ikhwajaqi. Akakan de aya khasanuk. Du khun ki ya aya kwashli haswutin. Tsukka, dasatsu.
I'll go
Ilchish.
na 8. Hawaii kudziti ka hat wa what? Hawaii shayadahin kanas at yati. Hit su hit tu su yati. They're in the house as well. Stikat kanas at washikani cha'an cockroach kunach washikani. Hawaii de or Hawaii cockroach, wait cockroach, plain. Well, plain. Tat at night. Kast at u akshana akach wagayish. Let me see. Wagayish. Okay, so at night I would cover my head with my blanket. And let's see what else. Ade use ha de kink. They fly. A'awtudli.át Tlingit ani cockroaches tlech yati. Wooch. I don't think there's a word for cockroaches, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, Elelu. Yeah, olalo Hawaii koa. Elelu nui. O chanyach yati. Tachnach haslakech. Ka'achoa tleshdasa ach hasakautlechek. Kleidihin aya ach echat wutien. Gastuchal tuan hasin. Ach in ach ge haswutien ach in. Ach shukat koa nelte haswutekin. Ja ach shatka ach yetki. Walchen kat yegi kleinach aya ach echat wutien. Aka we gao. Netle gao aya. Kilo aya ach echat wutien. Kona adachea kakwadekin. Ajawe. Kona de aya chwakuch. We atwuditza kuch atin. Aka we what's that do a sock? Kona adat aya. We yak chana at chai chwacha. Kach we chwalug. Linuxi at chwacha. Aka we linuxi atach jiwu we kuk tuch kach we yi. We kuk yi. Kaye wutien. Airport katchat se wak akwa santu asago at wal kawayik diak da kehiti. Adech wakuch wal dech gao ach jiye wutien akwa kakao jakit. Just ak aya yechat kakwati ak aya yejak kwane. Ye awe wal yisaku teshastu toa ushku kahwe ka atcha kadasa e jiwu. Yata atunachaya yakikut. Teshdasa de toashko way. Shita kat chadasa. Achawe gank echatputi. Just yakaya chanuk. Aka achat chai chwacha. With lenuxi at chai. Kachwe chwashuk. What's just chayeku genkia o yech. Aka chosatin. Elelu nui. With cockroach claim. Kone aya akhande yanakit. Kona khatayan tlagay. Hukoat llagay ako duyan na khatlitzin. Ajoy yata aya yaksaka. Chuk wasa atbune. Talk away a khantu sheikh. Konach yat the tune a khande. Ajoy khodahan. Du ye yaksaka. Takata taya e ayi. Adaka kwakut. Yeah, away.
One Ganeen's achtla hairspray cockroach. She thought it was Raid. Hairspray, yake.
Hit ye one Ganeen's for Tissatin. Tashach to Ash go hit ye. Kachwa Achway. Kashtasa Kukwajak was Cheshka Kwaha. Talk Akoa Kukwajak. Kanas at Tlag Guka Kade Yeka Kwasanuk Kakande Haska Kwasanuk. Which is the teen Koa Hawaii. Kane Kanas at Yidosako Atrasa Yege Wasa Yasatk. Yishan do in Kochlaga. Oech wat lak. Ach, kachwa shat kachwa do in kachwa. Het wasa oti yak oti hu kaha in hakwa like jack tesh kaki jack ikwa jack. Oh wow. Kachwa ak konachawe do in kachlaga. Chikle awe wait ayat. Ayanach aya yanaguti khoach du kautligasi wasashage that's gonna cut yesatk tlach yesatki hey Havai iku has the inkachoni kwasa atmane ishan hachoni away we kain kanas ati iqawu sus achiqawu sus again like Ekhwaji de Toasuku Hatawachaki.
I don't even think they're dangerous. They're just disgusting.
They're totally not. And so when I read about them, when people talked about them, they're like, oh, they're so rare these days. I felt bad. It was a big battle. I was trying to say it'd be fine. But yeah, the message was, you kill it or I kill you. So then I was like, okay, fine, I'll take it out. So I tried to catch it. It was way too much. This is so fast. And I could hear it walking when it ran across the wall. I could just hear it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Gwash future, gwash yesh khakan.
Chalk was take our talk shuakiki rachuni rachina kaunik yeshkalnik achuni Carol you do a sock kunach oskatu yiksha a kamli shake Tlake yagi awe do tukane talk a kat uanuk yawaka ashkuliat agawe we clutch do seek ampligen dasa icha seek yuedayaka agana askatu yiksha awe do kus shakamli yenk do tudach yakyati Akawa ak we askatu yiksha awe shadi til ayawad lakua Tlay awa newt we tukane itch Ishan Carol
amsiniku. Protein, yak a, hajias, you are.
Yeah, away. Awadnut. Kecha. Yeah. Tadine away achoni. We chakut ani deu with the keen. Yeah, has to yejene was kelkadenach to awashko. We at kahini hasati. We has to twasagu we the key and kawu we shukatku has to jit awati. Fiji Islands. You do a saga at Fiji. Okay, wuti. Ka tlet ka awe achuni. Ausatin kanas at Tlain. Kunachoe. Du daye ti chawu. Ausatin du tlenk. At Tlain at du walk. Ya gwash at echuti aya at echuti du ya. Achawe kunachoe du tut kuwati. Fiji ku'u cho'a we tlei na cha we ka'a. Ha, ach age ki chait. Hoko ach chunach awe. We Fiji ku'u ach au sanuk we canas ati tlein. Kakone awe, stakat yede awe du naka yaus, du iqa yaus nak. Kunach klakoe atwushia achuni. Eka acha kaut lachait. A itka we Fiji kawu kunach awe wushuk. Eo saka. Ha! Echwa sakuan. Wait, dayach yasatka wait, let ka. Echwa jian stakat yuhan. Tis kaltagi nache atishiki. Okay. Gonna cheese yuhan. Okay ha. Kanas achkalniki. Wat itra kutzin. Wat gut dazu? Kel ache kautle heitli at. Wat shishukush kalniki at itch echosaku. Okay. Okay. Anybody got any questions? You want to reflect on the conversation a little bit?
Wanganins wanatik askutuk yati. Tle huge kla. We wanatik train. We wanatik at laye ati. Wasadursak yat a Tlingit enach. Yisik huge.
Wait, Wanatik the ant? Is there a different one that you're thinking of?
Wanatik train.
Oh.
Yeah. Let a carpenter ant. Wanatik at laye ati.
Oh yeah. Gwash atlayechi Wanatik. That would be a carpenter ant. Gwash yelkune a kaushikitko. Kakwatu. Yata chwasatin. Yiwakshi kwasane yata. Das away we ant yachyati. Yadu anda tuhu. Gwash bedbug let chakinach. Kut kaskech Wait, the spotted bellied beetle. Sticky. Whoops. Wait. Oh, Chishugu Gwalwanatich. Tuch. Hechasaku Dakasa. Oh. Gwalwanatuch. Katuch. Chishugu Hechasaku. Anda tuch. Wait, tuch. Ayaka. Gwal verb root. Yeah. Wacho and katich to wanatich. Duch. Sand flea. Wanatich. Wanatuch. Wenatich, Wenatich, dialect aya. Get the chosatin red spot burying beetle. Echosagut dasaway. Just wait the chosatin choa. Echosaku.
Ganesh.
I had one.
What was it?
You see it? No. Like.
Ayiku gink. What sina atinecha eti. Focus.
Okay. How's that?
Klasa.
Yauk kashachita ya Tlingit ya shaya. Plechka Tleki ka shu ya chatla ka hus. Chishya shaka tashugu chishyapik. Tash Sisa yik just take Tlingit yik chishyash. Yat kwan takayatsu. Yat kwan kenach. Acha ki yutu asok. Tash khwasitin chishyash etltak. Wananin sawe chak away chiyash. Yanki yutu asok chiyash. That's squat away. Bald Eagle Foundation just cut kwan yik du jiyistsu. Pat khin tash kuke dasa etuasagu. Chishya you ejiyis. Finish chish.
Yak eh.
Sorry if you guys couldn't see that too well.
Hetwasa oti. Okay. Kakakwashi asai. Chiyashaga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a fork.
I
think this is the one, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it, but it goes both ways, so you don't have to turn around. You just turn around.
Oh, huh.
Turn around. You don't have to turn the whole boat around.
Yeah, the Chiyash. What kunana yukatangi adachaya asai. Yewe chak we chakut yete kutsati we Tlingit yagu. Yata koa kwan kanins yak shaka kayak geek. Yata koa judechi a gwal a geek gwal a shaka. Gwal dech a shaka yak yati a. Yuk awe wan kanins ya ach kak ya ach dekina yina nach a. Chana kawanik a dat we chakut yagu owe. Has ʼawtudli.át chak. Ka kin geiste ha ina kawanik tsu. Da uski yak ayak wal ʼawtudli.át ya Tlingit wooch da seichen koa we atwasku we dekina has ausakuen we yak klein ʼawtudli.át aja we wooch da seichen e Tlingit ani tan aya ich ye has wuti ke gani hadas aja we wooch da seichen ya hatu wasagu to saku a de ʼawtudli.át we yak klein Llach has to GA wutien. We na ki Tlingit koa duktin. Yak dat koa at dai tin. Ka duktsu gwal at dai koa. Ye awe chwasatin we kleinach a gwal Fred Bemis aya dusai. We at dai tin aya ʼawtudli.át we yak. Ya ach tu ye ke kone aya yantus a queen. A de ʼawtudli.át e Tlingit yagu. E awa hatu ati wita kunachawe wutusaku. Ya a de at wutusakuye we yaktin ka acha. Wasa has tlidzi chak. Wasa has tlidzin. Tlidzi aya kunachawe at nakuchin. We just we yaktin. Atesh. Tsina yak kustien. Yakunya gisa we gwal ya hastu ani dachaya chakut ani de. Kleidehin ya ach chuni shkat kwan sati. Haina kawani gadat we gao we kleid ka at the wooch has ʼawtudli.át ani kach. Wutusati naski aha ani. Hasakawa ak kunachawe keujituk. Hasituasagu uchke ye hasanas nening ha ani. Ya kich angun ka kichana ak kachana ak. Akawe mutusakutsu Tlingit kusti wujach yedal. Gwal kleinach a. Haku'u I jak hatuasagu kleinach a iku'u wutu a jak. Ye awa hastu tundatani a joy hastu yago yikta ya. Konach ki de haswu kuch. Ka kleinach a we gled ha has awa jak. Government employee chusatien awa a kuch de haswu kuchu. Ye awa shakudzi awa at a de has at wukuchu ye. Yag dakatsu chakut yagu kutsatin. Ya chakuch ka chadasa wutusaku we kunana. Hastu wasa do sago at. Kwash has a gugu aya you do a sago at Tlingit gugu ka kunana a gugu. Ya technology gwal you do a sago at led kakinach at wusku we yak ʼawtudli.át. Okay, finish cheese. Okay, Johan. Okay. Ja, ach tu je ke gwal gushok kun like du shujen kat winnets. Qanachoy Tlingit inach ʼawtudli.át kin. Yewa ach tu ati wan qanins katua aq. qinachawit as Tlingit in aya qutusti. ʼawtudli.át. Quash qone aya haskakwa ich ya ha inchsati. Oy Tlingit ʼawtudli.átki. Tlingit qinach ʼawtudli.átki. Yewe ʼawtudli. Ganchish. So you guys want to reflect a little bit on our conversation? It was fun. It was an hour of Tlingit, which is good. If we can hit that on a regular basis, I think that's really going to help, just to converse, try and think of responses to each other and these conversation, these topics. It's really great. Okay. Okay.
To the extent that anybody wrote theirs down ahead of time and was willing to share, I would like to see it written down, because I really didn't catch, I think maybe 35–40%, I hope. But, I think I could learn if I saw it written down a little better.
Yeah, I think pictures and writing it down just sort of does help. I don't know, I'm not a good example. I don't write any of mine down ever, but yeah, that's a really good idea to just sort of, because we're seeing it and we're hearing it. And so, because that's how Tlingit is. You study a whole bunch and then all of a sudden you just get dropped to the bottom of the lake. You're like, wait a minute. So sounds good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Any other thoughts, questions, ideas?
I have mine written down. I could post it in the chat or email it, or I'd love feedback on, how I can make it better, the right way, or describe it better.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to do both, maybe like put it in the chat and then send it to me. I can take a look at it.
Ach, tu as gu ye ach sakai gwas. Eden khashu go ye skalnigi I don't know, your stories made me laugh.
Yeah, that was fun. Like bug stories. I just think about my time in Hawaii and just other stuff too. Like I need to tell you about in Kasan, they have this bug called kum. In Haida, they call it kum. And they call it a kana bug in English, I guess. And it's like it's pretty big. It's a big beetle with like kind of blood red colored with black splotches. So it already looks kind of scary. And then it lands and it flutters its wings, and then its wings go up real slow. And there's like a million little tiny red babies on its back. And I saw it and I was like, that's horrifying. Of course, these kids are there. They're like, oh yeah, those little babies will get in your eyeballs. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. But fun stuff. Yeah, fun stuff. Talking about bugs. That's good. That's fun. But maybe we'll think of something non-scary. And we did like, what did we do? Like kushtaka stuff. And then we did bugs. I guess we need to do like joyful, triumphant, something like kind of like you watch a scary movie and then you want to watch like something with like kittens or something. So maybe the next theme needs to be a little more uplifting, I guess is what I'm saying.
Nah. But there. I do have a story. I'd like to call Hawaii, 1979.
Okay.
I was really young and I went over there with my shukat hoch. And we were on a honeymoon at Kauai, and we got a bungalow up on the hill, Kauai, and there was the hugest green bugs I've ever seen. I'm from Alaska. I've never seen a bugs that big. And I kept catching them with Kleenex like we do at home and putting them in the toilet. And I plugged up the whole hillside with green bugs and Kleenex. And they sent the workers up there and they said, Mrs. Rooney, could you please stop crushing the bugs and put him in the toilet here? And they brought me all kinds of cans of sprays of bug spray so I could just kill them and leave them and they'd come and clean them up. So, and I forgot about that story. I could have tried to put it into Tlingit for you guys. But I have a story that I'm writing and it's not done and I'm having a really hard time with it, but I don't mind looking at it if I will just train my towards the story. So I'm working on it right now. If you guys want to look at it.
Okay.
Share the screen. No crying though. You hear me? You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start a little bit and I have room like you could correct it if you cared to. It's a Coven story from Coven. Achkani. Lich I unchuk wait late yachyati titk chachlatzin. They're sacred little birds on the tundra. I didn't know how to say that, but I'm struggling through.
You could probably say Tleit Yachyati.
Late yachyati.
No tone on it, just YI.
Titk chachlatzin.
Yeah.
They're just like some kind of precious thing.
You could say, so you could maybe put a semicolon after the it's and say Hus ʼawtudli.át. But there's another way to say that. There's like, and that totally works. Like they are valued by people. ʼawtudli.át. And then there's, oh, go ahead.
So do you know this story?
I don't think so.
Okay. Gonna cheese.
And then the other one is, I'll have to look it up. I think it's Hastayaka Kashake. Is that it? You guys know that one?
Sounds right.
I gotta find it.
You guys don't look at this as crazed. Should I keep going? Hus akanik. They talk to you. They tell you. Tetlok weshawat duchuch kayatki wooching. I don't know how that. They just live together.
Wooching haskua'u.
Wooching haskua'u. So I'm missing that stuff. Hus. Hus. That's a S girl. Who you said? Who?
That's,
yeah, what?
Yep, that's residing. So that's.
Is that underlined?
Yeah.
Okay. Du chuch ʼawtudli gwalye hell at chaye. I don't know how to say that. Each day he hunted and returned without any food. You see where this is going? Chiyesu du chuch ye ʼawtudli. I was just messing around. Still, each day he left to hunt.
Yeah, so cha'an would work really well for that. Like instead of chayesu. So chayesu would be like right now, but cha'an would be like nevertheless.
On.
Du
chuch ye ʼawtudli.
And then if he's, there's different ways to do it. One, you could say ʼawtudli nagutch. So like he keeps going to hunt.
Yeah, what? I look it up. They're open. I have a whole bunch of these. I do the work. I just never sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Fun.
We shut tlech kachat our in chana atchayis for dinner. Hetli achawe tzitsk has akanik chat go. And I didn't know how to say that. Go to the other side of the island. I got there towards.
Yeah, there would be some kind of Niyade or, Tlingit. It'd probably be Tliya. Yeah, ʼawtudli.át. Naku. Probably.
Tliade.
To mess around with that one. Tliya is like farther over.
Chat. Did you say chat? Chat. Wait, chat?
Chat.
Or
it could be like yakat. Yakat tliyade naku.
Okay, so I'll put that in there later, but I see what you're saying. Like this. Yuggy, I didn't know how to say the next day. I probably do, but my brain's mush.
Anybody know? Anybody got it?
The next day.
Kay, she just did that with us today. Only she used aga right in front of it. Aga.
That's what I thought. I really seriously thought that, but I didn't put it in.
I thought that was that asayek sutat was the next morning, but asayek yagi would be the next day.
Asayek? Huh?
I'm just looking this up, Colleen, because she did use aga, but I thought it was something else. Was it?
Du chuch yan outletsen du shut yanade chat tliade. I don't know why I put that there, but I just did. The next day after her husband left, she walked to the other side of the island. I got a lot of yanade tliade there.
Okay. Yeah, yana is, and they're kind of tricky. Yana is often like the next one over, and then tliya is usually farther over. But I'll have to look around and see about like that. Like if we're on one side of the island, we're saying go over. I'll see what I can find.
Okay, I just this asayek. I don't know what that is. I'm waiting for to say.
Wu was right. So Keishi had it for like the following whatever. So she spelled it ASI and then YEI back K.
Okay.
Asayek.
And there's a break in there between the A and S, Colleen. It's two words, asayek.
Oh, I didn't have that. Okay.
It's not glottal, it's just a space.
Okay, and she used aga for we had my mom was so shocked when I told her that night, and so for the word that night she had aga taught.
Thing won't work, so.
You can.
Okay, I can't undo this because I can't see because you guys are in the way. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay, so then good way get way shall what Janae and I know it's not yikt, I think it's a like what's he had in there. She was inside of her garden. Tayi gay, I don't know how she said that. Satine. When she came to an outlook, I couldn't find the word for outlook because I just put get like a cliff. She saw a woman working in her garden. So ʼawtudli.át we get we shall watch a ʼawtudli.át. You know what Florence and Ruth say to me? Stop talking to me. We're starting to talk like you. When I talk Tlingit to them, they go, "You stop talking," because I'm starting to talk like you. I say, okay. But anyway.
Like, okay, like, so this is pretty long, yeah?
Oh gosh, and you guys can just, it's that long, and I didn't finish the bottom part. And it's just about, you know, it's a story. It scared Duffy. So anyway, I'm working on it. I just wanted to let you know, I'm not just lazing around eating bonbons. I am working.
You could do both. Hey, it's okay.
Okay, goodness, cheesh.
Yeah,
Goodness.
okay. Well,
Yes.
I kind of had a thought here. So we do a lot of translation exercises from Tlingit to English. And what if we all took a narrative, and it could be this if you wanted to. It's up to you, Juan Shane. And what if we all tried to translate it, and then we just shared what we came up with for these various sentences? Just a thought, because we're always going Tlingit to English, and it'd be kind of fun to see what we all come, and there's going to be some areas where like it's not really a right or wrong type of thing. It's just like coming up with ways to say something.
Yeah, well, I can send it to you guys.
Okay.
I'll just send it to you.
Or could you drop it in the chat maybe, and then we can all just save it from here?
Okay. If you want me to do it right this instant, I will. So tell me what to do.
Yeah, just drag it to the chat, and then is that okay? Because I also don't want to intrude on your process or anything like that. But I think it might be fun. It might be a fun exercise for us.
Okay, so how do I open you up bigger? Just gallery I'll find chat. I just don't know where anything is right now because I'm sharing.
Stop your screen share first. Let's say do that.
Okay, hold on.
Go back to kind of normal, and then
all right, there we are.
Try and just drag it over. See what happens.
Okay, it is somewhere inside of a folder. I don't know where. Hold on. Oh, there it is, huh? Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I got it. Yeah, well. So just take it and take the whole thing, and I don't know how to do that.
You should be able to just drag it straight to the chat, and then it should magically upload. But you can also email it too if that's too.
Well, I'd like to magically drag it if I could figure out how. Do I have to highlight it?
No, if you click on the chat and then there's a little button that says file.
Yeah.
You can upload that file from your computer.
Okay, I will. It's probably in, don't look at anything else, you guys, it'll scare you.
Oh, we can't, we don't see anything right now on your screen.
Okay. So it would be on my it would be on my desktop, and it's in the advanced Tlingit. I wish you guys could see so you guys could see it. Okay, there it is. I'll open it. And there it is. It's our, excuse me, I'll stop yakking. And I'm going to open it. So just open it and put it in there. What do I do?
Well, if you look at the bottom right of the chat area, there should be a button that says file.
Yeah, I got it.
You could select that. And then if you just click on your thing and hit open, yeah, there it is.
Okay.
So now
did I give you everything, or is that everybody else's
you
stuff?
just see the, oh, I think it's just to me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's good.
Okay, right. I'll download it and then I will, I'll send it to everybody.
Good night, guys. Hey, I'm for it.
You would like? You won?
Okay. Okay, y'all see that in the chat? Okay, let's try it. Let's see what, and we'll just see how far we get, and then we'll compare notes on Monday. So this will be a little reverse translation exercise. And there's no right and wrong. We're just sort of sharing ideas, talking about how, because it's a good exercise, because a lot of us probably want to do this. I've got a little story, or I've got a story, and I want to translate this story over into Tlingit. And so sometimes it's really helpful to do this kind of one sentence at a time. And a lot of us are going to be doing this kind of work. This is what I used to do with George and Marge, is I'd give them the sentence in English, and I would just sit there and listen to what they had to say. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a bit lost on, I'm lost, I guess I should say, on what we're doing for Monday. Are we taking a bit each of?
So what I would say is this is about a 5-page story, starting in English and going into Tlingit. And so I would say try and translate from English to Tlingit this story about these birds that Juan Shane was just sharing.
So just randomly pick some parts of it, right?
Well, maybe go start to finish, and just sort of,
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun to see what we come up with for if we all do the same sentence? You don't have to do the whole thing. Let's do the first page. What about that? Okay.
Well, I know that I'll keep working on it.
Yeah, that's what maybe we could do, like a page in between every class. We'll just see what we come up with. Okay. And I'll send out the instructions to the group too, just in case. Okay, a few minutes left. Any other thoughts, questions?
I have a quick question. I was struggling to find like where it's written down how to convert the old orthography that is used in like the yellow verb dictionary into what we use now.
I don't know if there's any place that's really written down. The only things to watch for is if they have the downward going. That just means it's long and low. That's all that means, even though it's already marked long. That's just, they marked low for long, which was, you don't have to do. So that's one thing that's changed. The other thing is for some first person futures, they are also going to mark it like this one in the middle. So it's going to sometimes be KW _ KA. So don't freak out about that. That just write it like this, right? The other thing is there's plenty of places where they'll have the tone long where it's actually short. Especially in the prefixes. So almost all the fourth persons they're writing as DOO, where they should be DU. So those are kind of just the main areas. At some point, I think I had a project started. I don't know where it ended up, where I had someone writing all the sentences that were in there so we could rewrite them, but I don't know where that went. I was trying to give you more stuff to do.
I got to sort of sentence number 800, and then I think summer happened or something.
Sheesh. How did sie? Ich satin. Ich satini.
A roommate E.
Oh, okay. In ku ka. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions? You got 1 minute left. Okay, fun. So let's do that. So Monday, we'll just look at this and see how we translate from English to Tlingit as an exercise. We'll get back into the future verbs. We might look at Yechakan We still got Origin of Copper. We haven't touched it yet, which is fine. And then we'll also think of a conversation piece for Wednesday. So maybe we'll start a kind of a bit of a routine. Mondays are sort of translation work days, sometimes going Tlingit to English, sometimes going English to Tlingit. Then Wednesdays are conversation days, and then we'll mix in lessons. And if we're doing more conversations and lessons, that's totally fine, because we need to be doing that on a regular basis. Okay. Gulchi Shuhan, Yi Goyachwan.
Ah. Iguan.
Goodness, sheesh.
Goodness, sheesh.
Cheese.
Yeah, Satini.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Oh, Shaka. Dacha. Ahui ho.
Goodness, cheese.
Goodness cheese.